Yo, what is up, everyone? I'm Dan Donnarumma, coming to you from sunny and warm as shit, Rochester, New York. And I am not complaining. I will take these hot as balls days over cold and gloomy winter any day of the week. Give me summer. I love it. This is the inaugural episode of Create and Destroy. And god damn am I excited to say that. Man, I'm so glad that we're finally here. This has been a lot of time, energy, curse words thrown into the air to bring this show to life, and finally here, super damn excited about it. Hope you are as well. So what is Create and Destroy? Create and Destroy is a podcast about people that create cool things that we enjoy, whether it be photography, baked goods and pastries, music, poetry, prose, blogs and vlogs, podcasts, film, beer, food, any goddamn thing that can be created that someone takes the time to create with love and care. I want to explore and delve into the lives and minds of people that create the things that we love to consume, to get to know what has driven them to create, what that process looks like for them, and I want to explore what inspires them, as well as how they got to where they're at. So why do this? Why make a podcast that is devoted to those that create cool things? Well, because I'm one of those individuals. At least I hope I am. I'm an artist. I'm a photographer. I dabble with writing poetry and playing guitar and trying to make music, even if it is quite amateurishly. And I also blog. As I've gotten older, I've discovered that I can't live without creating something. I have to have a means with which to express the craziness that stirs within my brain. I have to. If I'm not creating something, I feel as if my soul is starting to disintegrate, as if I'm spoiling this minute amount of time that we have on the planet. So I feel like I need to be creating things, and what better way to do that by creating a podcast that explores the lives and the minds of others that create really cool shit. I also love art, music, films, food and beer, to read. I watch YouTube channels every morning that are devoted to exploring the Star Wars universe. I read various blogs throughout the week. I read multiple Star Wars blogs, music blogs, blogs about the Yankees, and maybe even about the stank New York Jets. And I love learning about the people that create and those that are behind the creations. I want to know what got them from point A to point B, what inspires them, what set them on this path, what hardships have they endured, and what successes have they seen. I want to know it all. And just as I love to consume all this stuff, so do you, so do all of us. To give you all a little bit of a backstory for me, at the end of 2016, summer of 2016, I had just gotten back from one of the most amazing trips of my life. I had taken a road trip from Rochester to Wyoming and back. I stopped at various state parks, campsites, and national parks along the way. So I went to Badlands National Park, Rocky Mountains. I went to Grand Teton National Park and Yellowstone National Park. It was an awesome trip. During that time, I started to think about some endeavors that I wanted to pursue, in addition to photography, because at that point I was trying my best to make photos that I didn't think suck. So two things that regularly came up were blogging and creating a podcast. I had done a tattoo blog a few years prior called Our Endless Days, and surprisingly, it kind of was successful for what it was, which I did not expect, but was very cool. And in the summer of 2016, I knew I wanted to create something, but I didn't want to get back into blogging about tattoos because I had stopped doing that. So I wanted to do something, but I still just was not entirely sure. blogging and podcasting seemed like two avenues that I really wanted to explore, but just not sure how I wanted to do that and what I wanted to focus on. The thought of podcasting really excited me, but again, I just wasn't entirely sure what I would want a show to focus on. I immediately thought of a travel podcast, but I also kept thinking about doing something revolving around art. Eventually, when the trip came to an end, I got back to Rochester. I reached out to my good friend Tim Vetter, who is the host of the Voyages of Tim Vetter podcast. And I asked him if he wanted to do something with me, but he had already been laying the groundwork to do his own show. He was starting up his own podcast, and at that point, I basically realized I was going to have to go it alone. And because of that, because of fear of not wanting to spend money, not wanting to focus my attention away from photography, this idea of starting a podcast began to lay idle. Fast forward to January of this year, the idea of creating a podcast really started to stir in my head again. And I was sitting at work listening to some music, and I had the idea that, man, I would really love to interview this individual and ask them about the songs that they've created and what that process looked like for them, what inspired them to make these songs. And that made me feel super ecstatic and super excited. I felt completely enthralled and excited about the prospect of creating a podcast that would focus on people that created cool stuff. I then started to think more and more, and I kept coming back to the idea that I wanted to focus on art and I wanted to focus on people that create things. And I reached out to Tim. I picked his brain, did a bunch of research, and finally said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it happen. And Create and Destroy slowly started to come to life. This podcast was born out of a desire to want to create an avenue where listeners can learn about the amazingly interesting people that create the things and the content that we love and we consume. It'll be a window into the minds of the people that make this world all the more special by putting their minds and their fingers to work. It'll be a pathway to learn some new shit, hopefully, to learn about some amazing people and to find some entertainment from the drudgery of our daily lives, right? Because isn't this what this is all about? Some entertainment. In the very near future, I'll be sharing conversations with you that I've had with other podcasters, with business owners, bloggers and vloggers, musicians, feminists, really awesome people doing really awesome things that I'm really excited about, and I hope you'll be excited about as well. I don't know where this podcast will take me. I don't know how long it will run for. To be quite honest with you, a year from now, I have no clue if this is something that I will enjoy doing. Only time will tell, right? But I'm really excited to see where this all will go, to hopefully have some really great conversations with folks and to share it all with you. I'm really, really excited about the potential of this podcast and where it might go. I do want to extend some thanks to a couple of individuals that I'm very appreciative of, because if it were not for them, this podcast would never have come to life. First and foremost, I want to thank my wife, Danielle, who is an amazing individual and supports me in any one of my wacky ass endeavors that I want to pursue. She's always someone there that is supporting me and always giving me encouragement to pursue my dreams. So Danielle, thank you so much. I love you, homegirl. The next individual I want to thank is Tim Vetter. Tim, you are the goddamn man. Thank you so much for letting me annoy you with asinine questions and probably bothering you when you're doing important things. And I'm asking you stuff about podcasting. Thank you so much, dude. You're the man. I love you, brother. And last but not least, I want to say thank you to Brian Goldsman. Brian, you are the motherfucking man, dude. Thank you so much for all your help with all the technical aspects of putting together a podcast, helping me with recording the theme song and the other music that I'll be using for the show. Dude, you are the man, and this would definitely not be happening without you, so thank you so much. Thank you to all of you that are listening. I really appreciate the fact that you are tuning in here and hopefully going to be exploring this journey with me along the way. Again, I'm really excited about this. I hope you are as well. So get out there, create something cool. Until next time, take care.